Rut Mercer tasted the water. It wasn't immediately noticeable, but he's done enough taste tests to remain suspicious. Also, it was unsettling the way Mrs. DeLago's hands shook as she poured the glass, the way her eyes darted to the faucet like it might bite her. "People have been complaining about headaches for months," the elderly woman whispered, her voice cracking. "At first we didn't think much of it, but then the kids started getting sick." Rut swirled a cloudy liquid in his glass. 12 years as a state water quality inspector and had honed his instincts, and every one of them was screaming right now. Angie was one of the main ones complaining. She went on vacation and the headaches just stopped. Mrs. Delgado left him feeling like this could easily be the next Flint, Michigan. The drive back to his office was a blur of racing thoughts. He barely remembered parking or taking the elevator up to the 7th floor. His fingers flew across the keyboard as he pulled up the Riverside neighborhood's infrastructure reports. 1948, he muttered, staring at the pipe schematics. Jesus Christ. Lead service lines snaked through the entire district, their locations perfectly overlaying the health complaints he's been tracking. Headaches, fatigue, nausea, all classic symptoms of lead poisoning. And according to the city records, these pipes should have been replaced 5 years ago when the state located funds to improve the infrastructure. Rut worked through the night, compiling data until his eyes burnt. By sunrise, he had maps showing contamination hotspots, spreadsheets of resident complaints, and water samples that told a damning story. The lead levels weren't just slightly elevated. In some homes, they were nearly 5 times the federal action level. His supervisor, Linda, barely glanced at the folder he slid across her desk. "You know we can't just publish this," she said, pushing it back toward him. "Why the hell not? People are getting sick." Linda sighed, rubbing her temples. "Because we need to follow protocol, get approvals, coordinate with the health department." "Linda, that might take months. Something tells me we don't have the time to yield to everyday protocol." "Then it takes months." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "Rut, you need to understand. The mayor's office is already asking questions about your rogue testing. Just be careful, okay?" The posters went up on a Tuesday, bright, yellow, impossible to miss. "Have you experienced headaches or fatigue? Your water could be the cause." Rut and 2 interns from the community college spent all morning putting them up around Riverside. By lunchtime that afternoon, they were gone. Not faded, not weathered, gone, like they never existed. Rut found one crumpled in a gutter, the edges torn where it had been forcibly removed. As he straightened up, he noticed the black sedan idling across the street, the tinted windows hiding whoever was inside. His phone rang before he reached the car. "Mercer?" The voice was smooth and professional. "This is Deputy Mayor Collins. We need to talk about your concerns." The meeting lasted 7 minutes. Collins didn't sit, didn't offer coffee, just leaned against his mahogany desk and explained how irresponsible testing could cause unnecessary panic. "These things take time," Collins said, flashing teeth that had clearly never tasted Riverside's water. "We have a plan to replace all those pipes by 2030. Rut stared at the man's $2,000 suit. "People are getting sick now." Collins smiled, didn't waver. "Allegedly." The server outage happened the next day. "Routine maintenance," said the email. When the systems came back online, Rut's stomach dropped. Gone. All of it. Test results, complaint logs, even the archived pipe schematics. The database looked pristine, like Riverside's water had always been perfectly safe. Rut's hands shook as he pulled the external drive from his desk drawer. They could erase the official records, but he always kept backups. The documents were still here, in his hands. His phone rang. His office phone rang, and then his cell, then his desk phone again. Linda's summons came via email. Conference room 4, 3 p.m., urgent. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead as Rut entered the nearly empty office. Most cubicles stood abandoned, their occupants mysteriously at lunch or working from home. Only Linda waited in the glass-walled conference room, a single folder on the table between them. "We're reassigning you," she said without preamble. "To where?" "Tebble River Watershed, starting Monday." Rut barked a laugh. Tebble River was 200 miles north, a sleepy backwater that wasn't even a source of drinking. It was where they would send someone annoying that they want to forget about. "You can't be serious." Linda pushed the folder closer. Sign the transfer, Rut. It's better this way. For who? Her silence answered enough. Rut drove straight back to Riverside, leaving the office. He needed to see it one more time. The cracked sidewalks, the peeling paint on the elementary school, the water tower looming over it all like a silent sentinel. Mrs. Delgado answered the first knock. Her face fell when she saw him. They came out yesterday, she whispered, pulling him inside. Men in suits. Took more samples. Said everything was fine. Did they test it here? She shook her head. Just took it away. Rut's jaw clenched. Of course they had. Couldn't have actual testing done where residents might see the results. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. The message contained just 4 words. Let it go. Seriously. Rut stared at the screen until it went dark. Outside, a group of children laughed as they chased each other up and down the street. One stumbled, his knees scraping the pavement. As his mother helped him up, Rut noticed the dark circles under both their eyes. The drive home took twice as long as usual. Rut kept checking his mirrors, half expecting the black sedan to appear. His apartment felt different when he entered. Too quiet, too still. He poured himself a glass of water from his own tap, then set it aside untouched. The encrypted files took over an hour to organize. Photos of corroded pipes, lab reports with state letterheads, audio recordings of meetings where officials dismissed concerns, and the smoking gun. Invoices showing how the mayor's brother-in-law owned the consulting firm that certified the pipes as safe while they replaced the pipes in richer neighborhoods. Rut's fingers hovered over the send button. Once he did this, there was no going back. No more career. Maybe no more safety. A notification popped up in his screen, a news alert about another Riverside child hospitalized with mysterious seizures. Rut clicked send. As the progress bar crawled across the screen, he finally drank from the glass on his desk. The water tasted clean. For now.